Hello, friends, and welcome back to Here's the Lesson, a mini Cleave podcast. I'm John LaFront, and thank you so much for walking with us through Holy Week. This week, we've been moving day by day through the final days of Christ's mortal ministry, asking not only what happened, but what each moment teaches us about faith, healing, truth, and what it means to follow Him in our real life. Today, we're covering Holy Thursday. And Holy Thursday brings us to one of the most sacred and human moments in all of Scripture, the Garden of Gethsemane. This is not the Jesus before the crowds. This is not the Jesus teaching in the temple. This is Jesus in the garden, alone, in anguish, in prayer, under the full weight of what is coming. And what moves me every time is this. Jesus did not pretend it was easy. He did not deny the pain. He did not rush past the sorrow. He did not spiritualize his suffering. Instead, he brought the full weight of it before the Father. He said, "If it be possible, let this cup pass from me." That is such a deeply human prayer because it tells us something important. Faith does not mean the absence of anguish. Discipleship does not mean pretending something does not hurt. Sometimes the most faithful thing a person can do is tell the truth about the weight they are carrying. This is heavy. This hurts. I don't know how to do this. Some of you know exactly what that feels like. And maybe right now you are carrying grief. Maybe it's betrayal. Maybe it is a marriage that feels strained. Maybe it's a family system that has left you completely exhausted. Maybe it's the uncertainty about what comes next. Maybe it's the ache of realizing something in your life is changing and you did not choose it. That is your Gethsemane. And Holy Thursday reminds us that Jesus understands that place. He knows what it is to sit under the weight of something so heavy that it presses into the soul. He knows what it is to bring sorrow honestly before God. And then comes the line that has shaped discipleship for centuries. He said, "Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done." That is not emotional bypassing. That is not pretending the pain disappeared. That is surrender. And there is a difference. Surrender is not the denial of suffering. Surrender is trust in the middle of it. It's saying, I do not like this. I don't understand this. I would not have chosen this. But I trust you through this. For many people, faith has been presented as something neat and emotionally clean. As if strong disciples never feel fear. They never feel grief, never feel uncertainty. But Gethsemane tells a different story. The holiest moments in life are not always the most peaceful. Sometimes they are the most honest. Sometimes holiness looks like tears. Sometimes it looks like wrestling. Sometimes it looks like prayer in the dark. Sometimes it looks like staying with God in the middle of pain that is not yet lifted. And for those of us navigating difficult family relationships, betrayal, boundaries, grief, or the loss of something we once thought was safe, that matters deeply. Because many of us have been taught to rush ourselves past the pain. If we just pray harder, move on faster, forgive quicker, stop feeling so much. But Jesus did not rush Gethsemane. He stayed in it. He brought his full humanity into the presence of the Father. And maybe that is part of the lesson for each of us, for you and for me. Not to rush ourselves past what is heavy, not to call surrender the same thing as emotional suppression, not to confuse faith with pretending. Sometimes the most faithful thing that we can do is stay honest before God. This hurts. This scares me. this feels heavy, and yet I trust you. That is not weakness. That is discipleship. If you are in your own Gethsemane right now, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not failing because it hurts. You are not faithless because it feels heavy. You are not weak because you are grieving. Christ himself walked this path. And because he did, he understands the soul-level ache of surrender. And if this tension feels painfully familiar, the ache of holding on to faith while carrying something heavy, that's one of the deepest reasons that Ashley and I wrote Leave Then Cleave. We wrote it for people navigating grief, family wounds, betrayal, painful relationships, and the difficult work of healing without losing their faith. If you'd like the first chapter, or the full book, or the audiobook, we'll put the link in the show notes, or you can head on over to leavethencleave.com. I just want to personally thank you so much for being here with us this week for today's lesson. And if you know someone walking through their own Gethsemane, please share this episode with them. We'll see you tomorrow for Good Friday. I hope you have a wonderful day.